Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Brainy Barbie. My name is Allison, and on here we talk about all things self education, skill stacking, and succeeding in the future of work because we're trying to get our money up and pretty girls learn skills. And today I want to talk to you about the age of Aquarius, AI, and why it's here to stay. And before I dive in, I want to let you all know that you need to subscribe to my Substack, the Brainy Barbie Blueprint. That is where I get all of my information to record these videos. And also, you need to make sure you download my free guide, the Business Alchemy Blueprint, where I give you the skills, tools, and resources you need to succeed in the future of work. The links to both will be in my description. Let's proceed. So, first things first, the world is changing faster than ever. We all know that. We all have plenty of evidence of that. And when change is happening on a minor or mass scale, you have two options. You can either panic or pivot. Most people will and are panicking. And today's video is going to show you how not to be like most people. A good frame of reference for understanding the times that we're in is understanding that we are in the age of Aquarius. And before you click out the video, before you tune me out, this is not about airy-fairy astrology or making your zodiac sign your personality trait. I am highlighting something deeper. While the age of Aquarius has no specific date or time frame, we can see how it is represented in our current culture and behaviors. Aquarius represents innovation, technology, community building, deep thought, independence, and the disruption of traditional structures. There are various examples of how these attributes are taking place in our current society. First, we have the rise of AI and other forms of automation. We also have digitalization in the form of digital marketing, digital products, and other types of digital enterprise and services. We have intellectual property and monetizing your knowledge by way of courses, masterclasses, and other resources. We have the rise online of online thinkers, value creators, and people valuing long form content and content that has more meaning, content that provokes you to think. We also have an increased desire for humanity and community building to build trust due to the abundance of all the technology that we have out there. And AI has only facilitated this. And we also have the deprioritization of virality on social media. Of course, going viral is still cool, but now going viral on social media is not the end all be all to being successful through social media and content creation or monetizing through social media as well. And another big quality that represents the age of Aquarius is decentralization. And I've talked about this in a previous video, but I will define and explain it again. So decentralization, the definition is to distribute powers, functions, or decision making away from a single central authority and placing control into the hands of individuals. And examples of this include social media. In previous times, media distribution was by way of a company, corporation, or a conglomerate, and they were the source of the media that people got to see. But thanks to social media, now the everyday person can create media for people to enjoy. And now decentralization is also happening as we speak through self-education and skill acquisition. Now you can learn money making and valuable skills instead of having to go to a traditional academic institution to do so. Now you can do so on your own accord, at your own will, and through individuals online. With all of the examples that I just provided you, it only makes sense for you to get acquainted with the fact that AI and other facets of the digital and creator economy are here to stay and aren't going anywhere anytime soon. And if it isn't already obvious through my content, I am a bit obsessed about learning about the future, the technology associated with it, and how that will impact our daily lives. That is why I talk about AI often. I talk about other facets of the future and other skills that you need to be successful in the future of work, but it is no secret that AI is a big piece of that pie. And another thing, if you take the time to read any publications from futurists in the past couple of years, you'll also know that 2030 is considered a pivotal year. And 2030 will be a pivotal year for economic and technological shifts and an overall paradigm shift in those departments in general. And a big part of those paradigm shifts include AI and what its role will be regarding jobs, leadership, and other facets of our lives once again. And depending on the audience, depending on who you talk to, we know that there are people who will crucify you at the mere mention of the forbidden A word. And if you know me, you know I like to stir the pot. So I created a list of common disagreements that I hear regarding AI and my rebuttals to all of them. I actually created a video about this just the other day, and I will insert that here somewhere so that way you can watch that, because since I already recorded it, I don't feel the need to do it again, so you can watch it right now. Disclaimer, I will be talking about the forbidden A word, so take a deep breath and clutch your pearls now. But anyway, back to my point. AI hate is a form of performative morality and fake concern. Let's talk about it. There are a number of reasons that I've heard as to why people will crucify you if you don't hate AI or even if you are a fan of AI. And I'm going to talk about some of the most common criticisms I've heard and my rebuttals to all of them, because I like to stir the pot sometimes. So let's go. Number one, the most common concern that I hear is the fact that AI is bad because of data centers. And here's the thing, do data centers have a negative impact on the environment? Yes, they do, unfortunately. And that is definitely a con. I'm not a fan of our beautiful planet being destroyed, but again, this is where the fake concern and the performative morality comes in, because at the end of the day, the same people who make these complaints are doing so on social media. Social media also uses data centers. Another example, streaming platforms also use data centers. And I know all of you complaining, especially on social media, I know none of you will be deleting your accounts. So, next. My next common criticism that I've heard and my response to it, which is tied into the first complaint, but essentially AI being bad for the environment in general. And again, that is definitely a con. However, the argument about data centers and the impact on and its impact on the environment is not a sufficient reason to attack AI users, because at the end of the day, there are a number of tools and resources that we use in our daily lives that also have a negative impact on the environment, unfortunately. For example, if you drive a gasoline car, that is bad for the environment. A lot of traditional lighting systems also use non-renewable resources, which also end up being bad for the environment as well. And what are you going to do? Are you going to use candles 24/7 in your house? Are you going to be using a horse and a buggy to get to your destination? Next caller. Alrighty. The next common criticism I've heard, and someone has actually commented this on one of my videos before, another video of mine talking about AI, but the common criticism that I've heard is AI is displacing people and destroying people's homes. And that is indeed an unfortunate reality, and I don't fault anybody for having empathy for that. I also have empathy for that. But where the performative morality and the fake concern is coming in regards to people using that as a gotcha moment is the fact that AI is not the first system that has displaced people. For example, gentrification, that is a system that has displaced people for decades. And regardless of how you feel about it, it's not about how you feel about gentrification or, any of that. Essentially, my point that I'm trying to make is the fact that if you take away all forms of AI today, it's not going to magically stop the displacement of people. That is the point that I am trying to make. And the last common criticism that I will share with you, and this one in particular gets on my nerves, is AI ruins creativity and critical thinking, excuse me. And here's the thing.
It does, and it can for some people. It depends on who's using it. For me personally, I find that AI enhances my creativity and critical thinking skills because at the end of the day, I had those skills before AI and I use AI as a tool to enhance such things. Again, it depends on who is using it. AI is a tool, it is neutral, and tools are neutral until you, as the human, assigns meaning to it. And the reason I make this video is because I'm trying to emphasize the fact that regardless of how you feel about all of these things, this is happening. People need to remove their feelings around such things and take things for what they are and move accordingly. Regardless of how you feel about AI, the fact of the matter is that it's here to stay, it is part of the future, and you can either make it work for you or you can work against it and find yourself left behind, essentially. Learning AI is a tool, learning AI is a skill, and as always, pretty girls learn skills.
And finally, I will leave you with this. The hard truth is that the market doesn't care about your feelings. And of course, no one truly knows 100% what the future has in store. But the future that we do know of and what we do know is coming is already here, happening, and manifesting. So, with that information, what you decide to do, the choice is yours. Just make sure you make the right one and make the one that is most advantageous to you. And as always, pretty girls learn skills. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you for watching and thank you for staying with me. I already mentioned subscribing to my Substack, The Brainy Barbie Blueprint, and downloading my free guide, The Business Alchemy Blueprint. The links to both will be in the description. And as well, I have a one-on-one session, the Skill Stacker session, a private advisory to create a game plan and to help you succeed in the future of work. Once again, thank you for watching and I'll see you in my next video.